This evening, the man charged with the murder of 11-year-old Jackelyn Mimi Torres-Garcia pleaded not guilty in court today.
We've been following this devastating case since October. Police say an 11-year-old's mother's boyfriend, and aunt are responsible for abusing and killing her and hiding her body for over a year. NBC Connecticut's Melissa Cooney was in court today. She was talking about the judge's decision on a probable hearing cause. You saw it. You're here to tell us what did and didn't happen today.
Well, Jonatan Nanita, he is Karla Garcia, the mother's boyfriend. He was in court today. It was very quick. That's because his defense decided to not fight the judge's decision that he should indeed face murder and kidnapping charges. There's a lot to unpack and catch up on, so let's catch you up to speed. In January, Jonatan Nanita faced what's called a probable cause hearing, where the state argued why kidnapping and murder charges were appropriate to bring forward for Nanita.
This defendant lived with Mimi Torres. He had access to Mimi Torres. His palm print was located on the exterior of the bin in which her body was stored and then dumped. His
defense argued that Nanita had no ill will towards Mimi and blamed her mother, Karla Garcia, for the abuse.
It's our view that failing to report a crime, failing to speak up is not, doesn't make one an accessory, doesn't make one a co-conspirator.
The judges took a few weeks to decide how to proceed, but ultimately ruled that these severe charges Nanita faces are appropriate.
The court finds that there is probable cause to believe the defendant, Jonatan Nanita, committed the crimes of murder with special circumstances.
So why might Nanita, who was not Mimi's father, have chosen to have a probable cause hearing in the first place?
Here, the lawyer was challenging the judge to make a finding of probable cause, knowing that he does not have any specific legal duty, as I've described. On the other hand, judges know how the community feels. Judges also know that the standard for probable cause is a pretty light standard.
Instead of rebutting, the defense allowed the judge's decision, and now both parties are moving forward with discovery. Jim Bergen, a defense attorney who is unaffiliated with the case, tells us probable cause hearings are rare enough, so it's not unusual the defense wants to move forward. But he says a probable cause decision is not indicative of how a jury would see the case per se if it went to trial.
I also believe the case is still going to be a challenging case because ultimately a jury has to find beyond a reasonable doubt. You may have some doubts, but is it reasonable? Is it something that would cause you to hesitate?
Now, both parties are moving on to sharing discovery. Nanita is due back in court mid-May. Mimi's mother and aunt, they're due in court once again on Friday, and we'll be there. Guys.